Have our cheers napkins up for Robin.
Uh-huh.
Veronica. Hey, Veronica. What's up, Brother Durrett? Matt, I'm going to take a guess. 1275. You'll know what I'm talking about. Tell me, just say yes or no. For some reason, I'm thinking 1275. What's up, Justin?
Hey, V. Hey, Stephanie.
Amy, are you cooking this? Wow, close. I was close. I still think it's in the 1270s, but I will try again tomorrow night. We're going to keep this ongoing. Hey, Robin. Oh, wow, what did I do there?
All the way from AZ.
Arizona. I like it. We got a good one tonight. We're back inside the house. We're kind of making a little comfort meal tonight. We're going to, hopefully, I think we might have a few people trying to do this together. So if you're at home, hey, Tish, if you're at home and you're going to be cooking this along with me, get your water going on your pot. You can see I have my water going. Start heating your water up, getting it ready for your pasta. We'll take about 30 seconds. I've already gotten into my little glass of wine we're going to talk about. I do want to say thank you. If I can put that back up. Let's see. I laid those out, Robin. Our Corona neighbors up the street, we always say cheers. She brought down some cheers napkins. So thanks to Robin and Dan for the cheers napkins. But we don't need to catch anything on fire. So you can see we got them. Put them to the side. Thank you, Thomas.
You're welcome.
Hey, Tracy. No, tell me where you sent it to me. Did you text it to me? All right, now look. We have Clark. Hey, friends. Clark Talley is watching. And Clark Talley, Coach Talley, great friend of ours. He came by today, and I'm going to talk about this in a minute, but I was delivered the most amazing looking Tuscan loaf for tonight's deal that was homemade by Clark. And we're going to talk about it here in a little bit, but fantastic. Thank you so much. So, all right, let's get going.
So good seeing y'all, too.
It was great. We
Hey,
kept our
Tish.
distance. We did our best. So we have our pasta water going. We're doing spaghetti carbonara tonight. So you might be able to see we have a little cup of eggs over there. We have some Parmesan cheese. We've got our spaghetti. Typically, what you would use with this is guanciale, but I'm sure we're all not running out to the store to get guanciale. Basically, it's just pork, so we're using bacon. So I've got my bacon laid out. But first things first on this dish, and this is the only thing we're doing tonight. We're going to kind of take it slow because I've had a few people tell me they were going to cook along with us. So we have our pasta water going, nice and hot. Remember, you got to season your water. We've got our fancy kosher salt dispenser. We don't measure it. We get in there and take a good grip. And we drop that kosher salt in there. We got to season the water, okay? Now that it's seasoned, we have our spaghetti. I eyeballed this. I actually went by the restaurant and grabbed some. I'm thinking that that's probably over a pound. But we have a lot of mouths to feed. So we're going to drop our spaghetti in. And we're going to move it around a little bit.
Did you get Tish's picture of her chicken piccata?
I did not, but that's what I was asking her. Where did she send it?
Okay, you got to send it to...
Was it to my phone? Or was it on Facebook? Or how was it?
Let us know how you sent it, Tish, but I'm sure it would make them proud.
Yes. All right, so we've seasoned our water.
Cheers, Emily.
We've got our pasta in there. Now, in a second, we'll be able to walk away from this, but right when you drop that pasta in, we want to kind of move it around. It's going to be stiff. Let it loosen up. We don't want it clumped together. Okay? Give it a couple stirs.
Lynn Hayes is cooking along with you too, Larkin.
Fantastic,
Cheers.
Lynn. So, hopefully you've just dropped your pasta in. We've got it going. So, I'm pleased with that. All right. Now, we have a heavy bottom skillet. All right. Get it on a nice medium heat. All right. And we're going to start cutting our bacon. And let me show you. I have some strips laid out here. 1, 2, 3. I have about 6. It is easier to chop this when it's super cold. But we're just going to go down here and make little cuts. Y'all probably all know what I'm talking about. We're just going to break this bacon up. Stacked on top of each other. Because once it starts cooking,
I think, Debbie, you can take it, or you can go to Larkin's page and share the video on your page.
Almost had a
with
disaster there, but we survived.
Watch party is how you would share it.
all right, so we have cut up all of our bacon. I have this, I kind of started it. I have it on a low. I'm going to crank it up a little bit. We're going to add our bacon in here. Okay. Now, let me get, who are you laughing at?
Emily Tickle Thomas said, kids, shh, I'm watching my friend cook. And the kids say, Mom, you don't know them. And she said, well, we know the Stimsons, so that's close enough.
That is close enough, that's right. All right, so what have we done? We've cut our bacon up, and we are going to start to render this bacon. We want to let it get, I've got this on a medium heat in a heavy bottom skillet. I love this Crusette. If you don't have any, it doesn't have to be Crusette, but if you don't have anything like this Crusette or anything, just go and get 1 or 2 pieces. One kind of big skillet or like a Dutch oven. They're great for soups. They're so versatile. They're great. So we're going to start working on this bacon. We want it to brown up, release some of that fat out of there. We're going to use some of that fat for our dish. It's going to be fantastic. So, we've spread it out. We're good to go. Medium-high heat. Don't forget about your pasta. All right. We're still going. I'd say this is going to be about 8-9 minutes on the spaghetti. But now, we have to start working on the egg portion of our recipe. So, we've got our bowl. We are going... I have 6 eggs here. So we are going 2 full eggs. And we are going to go 4 yolks only. So remember we talked about this the other day.
I can't see that
Okay.
technique there, sir.
Well, we crack it. All we want is the egg yolk. I'm going to trust that the people know. Just your yolk only. Split your egg apart. Kind of pour it back and forth. Get the whites off there. It's not going to be perfect. And we want that 4 times. There you go. You can see that white coming off. It's hard to get it almost all of it. You can see it dripping. It's not going to hurt anything. All right, 1 more. Whoop.
Emily, any friend of Robin's is a friend of mine. Or ours, right?
Yes. All right, there we go. Let me move that to the... Ooh, I did have... Oh, I got that. Can I hand that to you for the sink? So let me show you what we've got. Little cleanup. We had 2 full eggs, 4 yolk only. 6 eggs total. Okay? Our bacon is going good. We don't want to mess with it too much. We'll stir it here in just a second. Our pasta's going good. So, we want to add a little black pepper in there. I don't know. Get you 10, 12 little cranks in there. Good.
Duck Boy Dean is back.
Duck Boy Dean, good to have you back, Duck Boy Dean. All right, now we have to go
Katie Patton and Katie
with our Parmesan cheese. All right. You need about 2 or 3 ounces. Don't measure it. Don't do any of that. Just look at this wedge that I have. I'm not going to use all that because that's probably 4. I'm gonna crank about half this into my eggs.
Crank it. Crank it.
Crank it.
I was
crank
going
it.
to start singing and I knew I would embarrass him, so maybe next time.
All right, a little bit more. There we go. I'm pleased with that. We're going to save that because we will probably put a little more Parmesan on top. So, just to show you what we have our 6 eggs, 2 full, 4 yolk only, some black pepper, and shaved Parmesan cheese. We got to mix this up.
Brian, I'll see if I can get him to do that in just a minute.
What's that?
He wants a 60-second history lesson on the family restaurant.
On the family restaurant, okay? I can do that to the best of my ability. And if not, I'm sure someone might be giving me a call to tell me yes or no. So we want to whip this up. Okay, combine that egg and that Parmesan.
Hey, Kim. Hey, Anna.
All right, give it a good whip. We're going to let that rest. All right, we're going to give our bacon. Oh yeah, we're starting to get a little color on there. We don't want to do this super crispy. I'll put that kind of up top. We're going to let this cook up a few more minutes. It needs to be cooked a little more than this, but we're not trying to make, what are those bacon bits called? Bako or?
No, Oscar Mayer. There's
I don't know.
Oscar Mayer bacon.
Those ones like you get at the grocery store, they're like hard as rocks.
Well, they're real bacon bits.
They are real, but
they're in the same section as the salad dressing.
right. But what the
But
point
you're
I'm
saying-
making is, you're right.
Sorry.
I'm saying we don't want this bacon to be that crispy. We want it to be a little chewy.
It's not that bad.
So we're gonna let that keep going. We're checking our pasta. I like that. I think we probably have. I'm gonna get a little snag there. We'll do
Show
the
me
old.
how you test it.
We'll do the old test.
Oh, you can't see it.
Can't do it on the microwave. No,
No, it fell down. Not ready.
didn't stick. I'd say we have about a minute or 2 on that pasta, and then we're going to pull it. But before we pull it, we're going to be saving our pasta water, or at least about 1.5 cups of the pasta water. Okay? So we're getting close. So if you're at home, if you dropped your pasta when I did, if it was boiling, I'm pulling mine off in about a minute. If you dropped after me, adjust to when you put yours in and pull it off from there. So our bacon is looking really good. Our egg, Parmesan, black pepper mixture is fantastic. I'm going to go ahead. This is a cup, little measure. I'm going to pull off a cup of this hot water and just move it to the side. A little bit more. I'm going to pull off 2. Now, you might be asking, why are we doing that? We're going to save that hot water. There's a lot of starch in that water, in that pasta water. We're going to save it in case our pasta, in case it gets a little thick when we do this dish. We can use that starchy water to loosen our sauce up, get it to where we want it. Okay?
I've never seen that before.
So, all right, I'm going to let this bacon go, still on a good medium heat. All right, I am going to...
I have a question.
Yeah, while you ask me that, will you switch that colander into the other sink so I can dump the pasta?
Sure. So, if people at home don't have a gas stove and they just have a regular stove, do you have to cook? Does the heat get higher or
Yes.
hotter here? So they might need
Yes.
to cook it a little bit longer.
Correct. No, I
If
mean
you don't have a gas.
your gas stove is going to produce more heat than the coils, than the electric, without a doubt. So you might have to cook longer. So, all right, I know I'm pleased with my pasta. I'm turning that off. We're going to pull this pasta off and strain it. I'm going to step behind the camera here. We've already pulled 2 cups of our pasta water off. I'm only just letting this drain. All right. I've got it back here.
It's actually chicken. It's, what are we doing?
Carbonara.
Carbonara, Terry.
All right, and I'm pleased with where this bacon is. Now, if you're super nervous about it, you want to drain as much grease or that bacon fat as you can off there, do it. You know, I'm not going to. I didn't think it produced really a ton, plus that's flavor, so we're going to leave it. All right? Now, our bacon is done. It's crispy. It's at the consistency we want it. Our pasta is cooked, al dente, ready to go. We're going to add a little bit of this, about a cup of this pasta water into that pan. We're going to scrape the bottom. We talked about this in an earlier episode to get all the little stuck bits off there.
Pasta labella? Is that
Pasta carbonara.
is that the same thing?
I've never heard of pasta
Okay.
labella.
Pasta labella is the Cisco brand.
Come on.
I'm sorry.
Come
I'm
on,
just
Terry.
reading the questions.
Come on, Terry.
Hey, Kate.
All right, so we have deglazed our pan with some of our reserved pasta water. Now we're going to take our spaghetti.
Katie, apparently he likes his women with a couple extra pounds on them.
All right, and we are going to get...
She said, drain the bacon fat? No.
No. We're going to pour this spaghetti in here. Don't mind my hands. We have more hand sanitizer and washing than going on. I've got a few little bits. All right, that's good. And it's going to be a little sticky. That's fine. So we have poured it back into our pan with our bacon, a little bit of our pasta water. And we're going to let this kind of cook for a second. Turn it over. Mix it in with that bacon. A little bit of that water that we use to deglaze some of that the stuck bits on there. And this is that point where you would say, ooh, is it really thick? Do I need to add a little more pasta water? What's the plan? But you can see this. It's not. We're good, but we're still going to hold on to it. All right, so we're good. Our pasta is super hot. The bacon is cooked. We're turning our heat off. All right. Now, we're going to take that egg, Parmesan, black pepper mix with our heat off. Don't be scared. There's so much heat here. We're not making spaghetti with scrambled eggs and bacon strips on top, okay? There's enough heat that these eggs will get going. We're going to pour that directly over the top. And I don't want to really waste any of this.
That's a crusette, Duck
Yeah.
Boy. You said we cooked with Alclad last night, and this is the crusette.
Now we got all clad for our...
sorry.
Yeah.
I'll just
No, this is a crusette here. We have a couple pieces of crusette, and we have little all clad stuff. So we poured our egg, Parmesan mixture in there, and this is where we want to get it going. We want to stir it because we really don't want to sit there. You're going to have a little egg that hits that hot skillet and gets cooked up, and that's fine. But we want it to be creamy, almost like an Alfredo, okay? All right, and as it begins to thicken up, what you can do is take that last bit of that pasta water that you saved.
Tommy.
Add it in there.
Tommy.
This is only going to make it creamy. Look at that. We've got a bunch of bacon stuck. Don't let that get stuck. Go back in. Oh, that's looking... You can see how creamy that is. Like an Alfredo. Nice and hot. And folks, we have some beautiful carbonara. So, let me show you... Oh, we haven't even talked about our wine.
Wine or bread?
Wine or bread. We talked about the bread a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and set this bread up here. This beautiful loaf from Coach Tally. Made it home on his pizza stone. He came by today and dropped it off. It was so cool. I felt like living in a big city and like I'd gone down to the local bakery He brought it in a little brown paper bag. I've still got it here. Little parchment paper around it. Down. When he handed it to me, I mean, it was still warm. It's kind of a fantastic. He makes this kind of, instead of using olive oil, he uses truffle oil. So this is a beautiful Tuscan loaf made with truffle oil. And let's do this. I mean, it's going to be fantastic. Dipped in a little bit of olive oil, maybe a little balsamic, a little bit of crushed red pepper flake. It'll go great with this pasta. So, Clark, that means the world to me and to Kat. Thank you so much. And we can't wait to dig into it. So, let's get a plate up on our pasta.
We always put salt in our pasta water, right?
Always.
Always. Yep. Katie says it's stressing her out that you're using the metal tongs on the crusette.
No, it doesn't need to. Doesn't need to. I'm a professional, Katie. I'm a professional. All right, so we've got a beautiful serving bowl here. So we've got our carbonara, little bacon, Parmesan cheese, a little bit of egg. What's that?
Oh, Katie's a comedian.
Katie,
don't quit your, or you could quit your day job, actually. She said it's like communion up in here. Breaking bread and all.
Breaking bread and all. Now, what do we want to do? Let's finish it off. Let's make it rain, folks. A little more Parmesan.
Make it snow.
Make it snow.
G.
Make it snow. All right, a little more Parmesan. A little more black pepper. Don't be shy on the black pepper on this dish. Okay. A little beautiful Coach Clarkskin loaf. And we're going to talk about our glass of vino for tonight. We're doing of course we had to do an Italian, Marchese di Barolo. This is called Ruvi. It is a Barbera 2016. Fantastic Italian. Barbera is a very bright grape from Italy. Good fruit. It'll stand up really well to the smoky flavor of this bacon. Good little tannin. It'll go absolutely perfect. We've already enjoyed a little glass. It'll go great with the pepper. So it'll be wonderful. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope you cooked along tonight. And you've got a beautiful bowl of pasta, great glass of wine, and someone to enjoy it with. We'll be back tomorrow night. Not sure exactly what we'll do just yet, but we always think about it in the morning. So thank you very much. Cheers.
Cheers.
Send me a message if you have any questions. Share the videos. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Bye.